We'll throw in a fight pick too.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Happy to be back, guys. Definitely excited for today's show. Of course, sitting here with Raj from ESPN Los Angeles. Raj, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. Excited for these picks, especially this Thursday night pick. And we were just talking before we just went live, and we got a fight this weekend as well. So I know that you're a fight fan, and I'm a fight fan as well. So we're going to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. I just realized, although I kind of had it in the back of my mind, but I didn't think they'd do us like this. But we'll get to it.
Saudi Arabia time. Don't worry, guys. I will figure out a way to get this fight covered for you guys, despite the time zone. Let's see here. So first things first. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls want to do. Dilly dilly. I got water, honestly.
That's all right. That's the way to hydrate as well.
Exactly. I need that. So first game that we have to get into, of course, we are just going to be doing like the main headlining games this week. Is Cowboys versus Bears tonight on Thursday night football. What do you think?
That's where I call this like the hot seat bowl. You know what I mean? Both coaches obviously on the hot seat. It's one of those mixed feelings for me. I came on last week and I was hoping for a loss, and that but I wanted a loss so we could being a Cowboy fan could get changed, have a change and something different. But that didn't happen. Didn't come to fruition. Jason Garrett is still the coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Not happy about that, but hey, got to roll out there. And honestly, I don't want to say the same thing, but as a Cowboy fan, man, if you're a real Cowboy fan, it ain't just, I don't give a damn if I win this crappy division. It's about
Super Bowls.
It's rings or not. And do you really think you can beat, okay, let's go to us. Can you beat the Seahawks? Nope. Can you beat the 49ers? Nope. If the Rams make it, they whooped your ass last year. Can't beat them. Okay, go to NFC North. Green Bay and Minnesota both beat you this year. Green Bay beat you at home. Oh, okay. You really think you're going to beat the Saints? Nope. So I'm like, just lose out, man, and get rid of Garrett. I mean, I wanted it to happen this season, just try and catch lightning in the bottle with an assistant coach, but didn't happen. So, I watch him, part of me roots, but it's like big picture wise, I just want him gone. I just want Garrett gone. But it's going to be in about 30 degrees up there. It's going to be a bit chilly. Do you believe, I think we had a resurgence of the one Anthony Miller in terms of fantasy. I know we like to talk fantasy on the show. I picked him up in one of my leagues, man, because I'm like, it's kind of weird. We kind of, and just talk about guys you've been waiting on forever. Like I was talking about 2 weeks ago, been waiting forever for Devontae Parker of the
Dolphins.
No matter how much you didn't wrote them off and they did you wrong, when you see something, go get certain guys, man. If it takes 5 years for a guy to develop, so be it. I know it ain't been that long for Anthony Miller, but really interesting to see what he can do. But this game, I can seriously see the Cowboys going up there and losing. The conditions, the weather, but they're just a better team skill-wise. And in the end, I'm just going to ride talent. And so I guess reluctantly, I'm picking the Dallas Cowboys, I guess. And one other thing I noticed when Ezekiel finally had like a 20-yard run, he took the moment, dude. I mean, dude is not in shape. So when he said he was down there in Mexico training, you can't train there. Fernando's eating taco all day. I know what you were doing down there, boy. You wasn't down in the offseason when he told now you wasn't training. Stop that.
You wasn't training. You was chilling with El Chapo's nephew.
Yeah. So but anyway, so I'll reluctantly take the Cowboys just because of skill to squeak out a win, but I'm really it's the hot seat bowl for both coaches.
I agree. Definitely the hot seat bowl. I just want to state that I tried to look at the other side of the coin and why Jerry Jones was hanging on to Jason Garrett. Assumingly, my reasoning for why that you guys were doing that was because you are leading the division. So going through a change right now would be too much of an earthquake. But then I pulled back and I self-assess. We got rid of our coach week 5. Okay. the Panthers got rid of Ron Rivera for absolutely positively no reason. I think that you guys need to take a look at the environment around you, or not around you, because clearly you're looking at the environment around you, which is why you're still hanging on to them. Look at the environment outside around the league around you, and maybe make some better decisions. This is one of those situations where I would say it's okay to follow trends. It's okay to follow this trend of coaches being fired. Last year was what the coaching trend was the young guys on the come up. Maybe you guys go after that, and maybe you kind of fuse the two ideas, the two practices, and see where it goes from there, i.e. Lincoln Riley or something or the other. So I do just want to express that I do show and I do feel empathy for you guys from that standpoint, because to just sit back and it already be said that no, we're going to ride him out till the end of the season, that's hurtful. That's very hurtful. That shows that you don't care about me as a fan and what my needs and what I'm wanting.
It's almost like this really football program.
Yeah,
you don't care.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't care. With that also being said, I am going to go ahead and state that I see this being a loss. I see this being a 27-24 loss. So I am agreeing with the line on the 3. So good job, Vegas. You guys did good there. But other than that, I mean, I really just got to show empathy towards you guys. The Bears, I mean, they just got Nagy. Maybe this is just like a off year for them. They could look at that scope of thought of that thought process. You guys, unfortunately, you guys are trying to do that, and you really shouldn't be doing that. So, sorry, Cowboys Nation. I, as a Redskins fan, though, I am letting you guys know that I know what it's like.
We ain't that bad.
You see, we didn't hold on to Gruden as long as y'all are holding on to Garrett. Y'all are holding on to Garrett like.
That's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
So it wasn't as painful. Like you guys have like made it into like the playoffs, or like been like right on the tip of the playoffs, and this dude just can't get you over the hump.
Here's why it's worse for us, and this is not me talking crap. It's just because we've had more talent over that time frame. You know what I mean? And he's done less with more talent, and that's what's hurtful. Exactly.
Moving on. Do you want me to go off the script that is in text, or?
Sure. You want to? I was just looking at on the NFL schedule.
Let's see here. So the next one that we have here is Ravens Bills.
Sneaky good game, right?
This is actually going to be a really good one. Lamar Jackson has to travel up to Buffalo. It'll be about 3 games warmer. Oh, really quick, guys. Did you guys notice that with that game for Thursday night being at 39 degrees, and now this game that we're about to cover at 43 degrees, Raj said that's chilly.
Oh, that's freezing.
Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding me?
You would never be able to survive in Colorado.
I wouldn't even attend that game if I had tickets. No way, man. I ain't sitting out there cold like that. No. Let alone playing it. Nope, that's freezing. Y'all tripping.
Oh my gosh. Ravens, Bills, bro. What are you thinking in this cold, freezing tundra game?
Hey, man, that's cold, bro. I'm sorry. I read something earlier. This game will feature the most rushing yards ever for 2 quarterbacks in the same game. At this point in the juncture in the season between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, just the rushing yards combined from those two is just insane. So that's one thing to watch, where you're going to see a lot of quarterbacks running. This is a sneaky good game. The surprising Bills, 9-3, I believe, against the 10-2 Ravens. I mean, this actually has deep playoff implications. I didn't think that coming in, into the season, but here we are this late, and that's what it is. I think this will be a good game. I think the point spread's only 5.5 points. Gosh, I think it's interesting. The Buffalo. I just think this is one of the ones Baltimore has had big games, 2 big games in a row. This one, even though the record says that, I think it's a little bit of a, not an exhale, not a letdown, but I think this is one where Buffalo can hang in there, but I don't think they'll win. I think they can cover. I think it'll be a fun game to watch. Hollywood Brown's been a little quiet. They need him to step up some, but just watching Lamar Jackson, and I thought that last game against San Francisco. I mean, I don't think any less of San Francisco for losing that game. That's the one thing that we didn't bottle him up, but hey, you made him fumble. He made the costly mistake. Not that he's human, but I think Baltimore will win this game to keep marching through. And they know home field is on the line. You can't let up here. So I'll take Baltimore, but in a competitive game. Let's just say that. I'm not even that confident that Buffalo will cover, but it can be competitive. And I think Josh Allen, he's been making better throws, a little bit more accurate of late. We know he has the cannon of an arm, but he's been better, man. So I think he can keep them in this game in an ugly way.
Okay, I like it. The family in the chat, really quick, Diesel, shout out to you for hopping in over on Sportscast. If you're new, man, hit that green follow button and become part of the family. There's a lot of split here. Shout out to Skelly. He said Buffalo by 3. I want to pick Buffalo.
Okay.
I feel that it would be so crazy, and it would turn everything upside down on the league's head if the Ravens were to lose to the Bills after beating the Niners, the Seahawks, the Patriots. Like, that'd be like, what? Like, people would have to then for real take the Bills serious.
Sure.
Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. I do see that Vegas is picking this one at 5.5. I think that it actually comes closer to 3 because you got this game has some big stars in it. Some big stars in it, guys. We got on the special team sides with both the kickers, Hauschka and Tucker. Like, both these guys have big legs. So, I mean, the kicking game already, you're about to be like, Hauschka can miss at any given moment, but when he's on, he's on. So that's going to be very interesting. You have 2 really great mobile quarterbacks. Josh Allen, don't let the paciness fool you. The boy can run. He broke Michael Vick's rookie season rushing record last year, guys. So the kid is just as mobile, not as big frame because he's a little bit taller than Lamar, but that's going to be interesting to see these 2 guys battle back and forth on that side of things. Both defenses are deadly. Like, both defenses are completely, totally insane. Out of this world-class defenses. I don't even know. I think in this game, you try and maybe veer away from both of these defenses in this game, and see if you can go get yourself something a little bit more sure packaged. But I gotta go with the Ravens. I'm going with them by 3. It's going to be under that 5 spread, I feel.
Yeah, going to be a good game for sure. I mean, this is going to be a physical game. There's been some good, big physical games of late in the NFL, man.
Yeah, it's playoff football time for sure. Getting into our next game here, we have the Skins versus the Green Bay Packers. This one interesting. Green Bay favored by 12.5, but the Skins have won their last 2. Not in a very stellar fashion, but nonetheless, they have won them. In a very weak NFC East, they got a 1% shot, and a shot's a shot. I mean, y'all could very well lose out, and the Eagles could very well lose out.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Hey, the Washington Post wrote it, man. Blame these other journalists out here. But with that being said, and with that being probably the biggest joke along with our division currently, you wouldn't. By the way, you wouldn't believe that every team in the NFC East all has Lombardi trophies with the way that it's happening this year.
Yeah.
Who are you picking here?
Yeah, and I used to joke with all my friends in Philly, except the Eagles. There were 10 Super Bowls, but the Eagles have none. But I don't have that joke anymore. And as a Redskin fan, are you disappointed that you have won the last 2 games? I mean,
I was, but now I don't know how to feel. Now I'm like, we're actually winning, and we're doing pretty good. Like, things are certain things I can see things are starting to come together. The defense looks a whole lot different since benching Josh Norman. Quentin Dunbar, I can't believe I'm saying it, is actually a good corner now. How that happened, I don't know. The running game is getting together. Geis, is running.
Some guys.
So I mean, with that being said, I'm picking the Skins here.
Okay.
And I'm Dustin Hopkins has been completely on
Wait,
fire
wait. You're picking the Skins to what?
to win
What?
3.
Man, I'm gonna drink some flower water right now. Hang on.
Oh my God.
Man, you're crazy, man. See, in the beginning of the year, you was talking crazy like that, and then when it went over, you settled down, you got realistic. Now you back to crazy, Rob. I like it, man. Go ahead and be crazy, Rob. Go ahead.
I'm with it. 3, but we're Skins by 3 off the foot of Hopkins.
All right. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I won't be making that pick. You guys have played better of late. I will give you that. Aaron Jones. I mean, I'll just stick to fantasy for this game a little bit. It's kind of peculiar, right? I mean, God, it's all or none with him if you're in fantasy. It's kind of crazy, but he does get touchdowns at home. I believe he has 11 touchdowns in his last 9 at home. Devontae. Count on him. He's been doing this thing a bit, in terms of the receivers. But I love me some Darius guys. I'm concerned about, of course, the carries, which had gone up each game, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I looked at his game log because I wanted to see if there was a trend, and the trend is definitely going up. So I know this is fantasy playoff now, first week. So do you want to be taking chances? But if you got injuries, something like that, you're looking for some. If you need to take a chance, I like Ice's upside. I mean, his upside, I've been asking you about him all year. And then when he finally came back, remember I was texting guys, I think I'm going to put him in over Sanders. And he got, a long touchdown pass. Like when you watch guys play, you see why he was drafted and why they're waiting for him. So anyway, it'd be a bit risky, but I had the Packers winning at home. The Packers have a lot to play for. They're still in it with only 3 losses. They're still in it to try and get home field. So I think they win. Sorry, Rob, fairly easy, and you guys can focus on the draft again.
Hey, no worries. So you just like you said, thinking about fantasy. I think that this game is actually probably a big fantasy game that you guys can invest some stock in. Dice, like you mentioned, startable. Aaron Jones, all or nothing. But he does light it up whenever he's at Lambeau. This game is at Lambeau. That's a big uphill battle for us. But we've been shocking the world lately, so I'm gonna keep rocking with that. Haskins is starting get a little swagger underneath them again, so it's nice. It's nice. I like this. Let's see. What's the next game here? You got Denver versus the Texans. Oh gosh. Let's see here. Give me just 1 second. So what are we thinking here? Okay, this one is actually going to be in Texas, in Houston, NRG Stadium. Drew Lock looked pretty decent.
So 133 yards, but you like 3 touchdowns. No mistake. What do you have? 1 interception, right? But that's it. But just he looked all right to you. I mean, I know you got a closer look than I did.
Yeah, he did. He looked damn good. When he was in college and dealing with a lot of that up and down adversity at Mizzou because like their record and stuff. Mm-hmm. You saw kind of like flashes of that where it's like this kid's got heart. This kid can ball. One hell of an arm. He has one hell of an arm.
Okay. Well, for this one, obviously Houston coming off, they beat New England last week. It was closer than a look. It was 28-22. That's how it ended. But we all know it wasn't that close. Last time these two played each other, Broncos kept it close. That was last year, I believe. They played around. It was in November last year. It was 19-17. Texans won. I see it going the same way again. I mean, I'm not fearful, and I don't think anyone's fearful of the defense of Texans. In fact, it's far worse than the Broncos. The Broncos are still pretty decent, given about 325. But Locke should be doing okay. Sutton, you still liking him? He had his little 4 catches last week. Some New England did that you guys – defense is, it's pretty good. But in big situations, New England doubled Hopkins. You only had 64 yards. Of course, you got lucky in fantasy that they considered that pitch a forward pass. You got a touchdown pass from Hopkins. But if you double him in key situations, you got to go look at steals. And Darren Fells a tight end. And the Houston just doesn't scare me offensively. I mean, and you have these games sometimes from Deshaun. He was in MVP talk. You have like 2 out of 3 great games. But then that third game is a dud. You just have to see when's that dud coming. So if Denver can do enough on the defensive end and make this close, I believe it's like a 9-point spread, something like that. But But Texans playing at home, they got a little juice. 8-4 now. I think they're looking to try and win that division. I actually see them winning. Von Miller, I know he was in street clothes last week. Was that his first game he ever missed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah, remember I've been asking about him on the milk carton all year. Now he's picked it up. He leads the team in sacks with 6, but it's just not. You watch the game. It's just not in key moments like it used to be with Von. So I like Houston winning this comfortably.
Okay, I like it. Let's see, Jake Miller, really quick. He mentioned over here on Sportscaster. He mentions he is planning on hitting up the bookie tonight for the Cowboys game. He needs to know what we picked earlier. So I think we both picked Bears by 3.
No, I actually picked the Cowboys based on talent. Yeah, just based on talent, but a very uncomfortable pick for me. In my heart, I hope they lose, the Cowboys, because I'm a Cowboy fan. But I just think their talent and Dak, I just worried about those rigid. They might cancel the game, man. 30 degrees. I think they should cancel the game. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable betting on such a rigid conditions. But I picked the Cowboys to squeak it out just based on talent alone. They're doing it in spite of Jason Garrett. So we differed on that one. So we weren't unanimous on that one.
Okay, so that one we were not unanimous, Jake. I'm going Bears by 3. Raj taking the Cowboys. You taking the Cowboys by a specific point spread or anything?
No, a squeak one within 1-2 points. Yeah, it'll be close, and just because hey, both teams, it's the hot seat bowl for a reason. Both coaches on the hot seat. They're not well coached, both teams. So I think the 2 bad teams playing against each other makes for a close game.
All righty. Let's see here. So my pick here for the Broncos Texans. Here, just give me 1 second. So this one, they got this one at 9. This one as 9 points. I don't think that it's going to be a 9-point differential. I think this one's probably a lot closer than what they're thinking and what Vegas is thinking. With that said, probably pick it maybe closer within most of it'd be by a touchdown, and I think the Texans would win just because they have to win. They have to win if they're trying to sure up the AFC South. That division is actually looking pretty tough. There's teams down there. There's 3 teams down there that could very well make a push for the top spot there, even a wild card. So for that reason alone, for what they have up against them and the odds, I'm taking the Texans by a TD.
Okay.
Let's see here. Oh my gosh! Wow, a Boogie fan. What was the next one?
Saints, Niners. Yeah, this one. Gosh, how many weeks in a row have the Niners been in the game of the week? Versus Seattle, then Baltimore, now the Saints. Everyone was saying after the Niners got off to a great start, what are they going to do when they get to the meat of the schedule? And here they are. They're there. And I know they lost the 2 games, but I didn't feel any worse about them after that Baltimore losing 20-17, in my opinion. They forced a big mistake by Lamar at the end of the game. This game, and I've been saying about the Saints, they're not the same at home like they used to be. They're only 3-3 at home against the spread. So I've been picking road teams to come in there and cover against the Saints. And in that being said, very optimistic defense from the Saints. Got a +11 turnover ratio. I think the Niners can win this game because I thought they went in those hostile conditions in Baltimore, cold rain. I know they're used to playing in rain because of San Fran, but I think San Francisco can straight up win this game. I believe it's a 2-point spread. The Saints are favorites. So what's that tell you right there? That it's going to be a close game, man. In fact, they have the Niners slightly better. It just happens to be in New Orleans, which they're not the same in terms of covering. So, and where is Alvin Kamara? I mean, he's taking the place of your boy Von Miller on the milk carton. I mean, the scrimmage yards are nice, but he has been allergic to the end zone. It's really weird. So Michael Thomas, I know the secondary of San Fran is going to try and take that away. And can you lean on Kamara right now? Not completely sure about that. So give me the Niners straight up win this game. I'll take them straight up. Money line pick.
Yeah, I'm going with the Saints. I'm going with the Saints because the Saints know that this is a good team. Sean Payton knows that this is a good team. Both playbooks for both of these teams are very creative on the X's and O's. But at the end of the day, I think that experience is going to prevail in this one, i.e., Drew Brees. Kamara has absolutely positively been on a milk carton. I don't even know if I'm advising people to play him. If you got other pieces that have been more consistent, you're rolling with the pieces that have been more consistent for you.
It's playoff time, man. You put it up now, you ain't no looking back.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's also why I say what I say. It's playoff time, and this dude has one touchdown this year, 125 carries, and 587 yards.
One touchdown?
One touchdown.
You think it's coming against the Niners? Yeah, you might be right. Usually I say, hey, player studs come playoff time, but you might have a compelling argument there, man, because I wouldn't be that comfortable playing them right now.
Yeah, if I have someone that has been going out there and they've been getting me results, and here's like you said, a stud player that hasn't been getting me results, I just want to put it out there, guys. I mean, we'll discuss it more, before Sunday morning, but right as of now, I'm letting you guys know that is a strategy that you may have to levy for yourself. If there is a way that Kamara can get it going, it has to be against this team, because not only is it playoff time for us in fantasy land, but for these guys out there on the field, playoffs practically start now, especially when you consider all the fighting for position and so on and so forth. I'm picking the Saints. I'm picking the Saints by 3. It's going to be a close game. But it's going to come down to that last second field goal. That'll put them up by the 3. Will Lutz, baby, make it work for me.
Chiefs hats. We got an AFC Championship rematch, right?
Yeah. Chiefs, Patriots. Neither of these teams are the Chiefs look like they're starting to get it back going, but I mean, it's super impressive.
Yeah, I don't know where do you see them getting it back going? I still think that offense is so stagnant, it's so rigid. You see the frustration of Tom Brady on the bench. You see it at the press conferences with his receivers. I mean, and Kansas City's defense actually has played better of late. Better. They haven't. Their defense is actually giving up less than 400 yards a game now. They brought that down. Belichick is 8-4 versus the Chiefs in his career. Of course, remember the playoff game last year, and regular season in October, the Chiefs won by 3. Yeah. Having said all that, I know they got the 3.5 points. I think that offensive struggle is real. Belichick is a defensive wizard. I know he's going to. So he'll probably try and take away Tyreek, but I think they have enough with Sammy Watkins and some of the other receivers, especially Tyreek, Kelsey across over the middle to get it done. I think the Chiefs win this game. I feel weird taking so many road teams. I'm starting to notice the trend here, but I think the Chiefs are a better team right now. I think the offensive struggle is real for the Patriots. You're going to see some frustration, and I think the Chiefs know they got to have this in KC again. And this is, they're 2 games behind the Patriots, but if you can knock them down again, not that we go to Baltimore, but hell, they got to win this game. I think this is huge for them, and I know it's big for the Patriots. Keyshawn talks about how, as a player, you're driving. There's nothing, one road in, one road out. It's dark, blah blah blah, and all of a sudden you see the lights at the stadium. It's like it can be intimidating as an opposing player. But I think the Chiefs are ready for this challenge, and I'll go ahead and take the Chiefs to win the game.
Okay. I'm with you there. Whenever Tom Brady is screaming on the sideline at his receivers, I did it was Philip Dorsett, but whenever you're screaming at your receivers, there's something wrong there. This team has had so many problems throughout the whole course of the season. A lot of them self-imposed on themselves. getting involved, of course, earlier in the year in the whole AB circus, and then he's still kind of trolling them from the outside on Twitter, so on and so forth. It's kind of been something, the whole Patrick Chung situation that had taken place at the beginning, and then that kind of just like disappeared out of nowhere. This team, I think that they're starting to come towards that screeching halt. It's like a train that's just chugging along, and all of a sudden it's like we gotta pause the brakes here. We gotta pump the brakes here. I gotta take the Chiefs. I'm taking them by 1. I think this is a very, very, very close game. Patrick Mahomes does some Patrick Mahomes things, some like across the body throw, whatever. Like they'll do like something crazy, like you see on like those Madden highlights where like the quarterback's going down, but like he's like this, and the ball just, who knows, So
how was he going down again? Do that? You say he was going down, and you did that.
Dude, so there's this clip, and like the quarterback, he's going down, and he throws the ball backwards, like that, and
like this. He was doing that.
Wow.
I'm just trying to follow what you're doing, man. You did it so well. I'm just along, man. You did it all right. Go ahead. That's fine.
He's by 1.
You did it.
Oh my gosh. And then we have one more game here.
Yeah.
That's Monday night, right?
Sunday night, I believe. Monday night's going to be the return of Eli. So Sunday night is a NFC West battle. Yeah, between the Seahawks and Rams, man. Now, let me tell you, when you got to have it, I'm going to ask you a question. When you got to have it, there's 2 quarterbacks in my book that I want the ball in their hands. I mean, right now. I'm not talking about years past, but Russell is one of them. Russell, and I still think Aaron Rodgers has that thing. But Russell Wilson is one of those quarterbacks, man. It's just amazing. Oh, my gosh. So difficult to sack. When he's scrambling, not just scrambling to get past the line of scrimmage, he's scrambling looking for a bigger play. It's just amazing some of the things he can do. Of course, they got the 2-headed monster now, Chris Carson and Rashard Penny. Check him out. It was so funny because Minnesota last week, they were convinced that they were going to – it was that Monday night, right? Was that Monday night or Sunday night, Seattle and Minnesota? But anyway, when they played Minnesota had 2 deep. They were like, no, we are not giving up the big play to Russell Wilson. And Minnesota was number 1 against the run, I believe, going into the game. What does Seattle do? Put up 200 on them running the ball. Just incredible. Now, Jared Goff had his coming out party, 424 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interception, 120 quarterback rating. Todd Gurley had 115 scrimmage yards. Like, look out, everything went well for them. But then I look in the trenches, man, and I just think the offensive line and the defensive line of Seattle is just too tough, man. In a game like this, I'm just – and it's where McVay has actually done pretty well. He's 3-2 against Pete Carroll, actually. Even when they were bad, like they won, or their first year, they won a game against them. So I just think Seattle wins this game. I just think they're too tough. Their mentality, seeing Pete Carroll, like he's ready for this game. Like he's on it. Just seeing him almost 70 years old, running halfway down the sideline on a 3rd down stop from the defense. Like I love that, man. You got to love to play for someone like that. So despite the offensive get well against, that the Rams had last week, it was against the Cardinals. Now remember, Rams lost by a field goal. They missed a field goal. It was 29. They lost 30-29 back in October. So they do play Seattle well, but still, I just think Seattle's gotten better. And the Rams, if somewhat gotten worse or just flatlined a little bit. So give me the Seahawks. I know there's a lot of road teams I'm picking there, man, but right now I'm just going with the better teams.
I feel it. I'm 100% with it, and I'm in agreement with it. I do notice that, yeah, we have picked a lot of road teams. But I mean, just situationally, I mean, I think that the Seahawks are far better than the Rams have been this year. Jared Goff, totally, completely system QB, and if you could disrupt the system, then you could get some things done. And defensively, Seattle is sound. I love the way that Jadeveon Clowney is playing this year. He is completely just taking over. The Jadeveon Clowney that we're seeing now, it's what we expected him to be in Houston. I think that when he was with JJ, like that was kind of like maybe limiting some of his talents a little bit. Now
I would argue with Keyshawn. I thought he was an underachiever in Houston. I'm sorry. Be number one pick and all the high. No, you're supposed to do more than. I think he had one playoff sack at all times they made the playoffs. Like, no, he was an underachiever, and I completely agree with you now. Like, whoa, this is what I've been waiting for.
Yes, he is putting on a highlight reel that we are going to enjoy at the end of this season. Because of that, I get that the Rams, they have Aaron Donald on the other side, but when you got a guy on the other side of the defense that's just completely altering the way that games are going, Aaron Donald hasn't necessarily done that this year. Like, he does that when you look at him individually, but when you look at the whole defense and its cohesive unit, when you got guys like Eric Weddle, Jalen Ramsey, why aren't more turnovers happening? Why aren't you winning games via your defense? There's too many question marks that I have with the Rams. So Seattle's just the more soundly built team, and we have to look at how teams are built heading into the playoffs.
Are you starting Lockett in fear of Ramsey being ISO'd on him?
I am not worried about Jalen Ramsey right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you can tell him I said it. Jalen, you're playing soft right now.
Ooh, you think that La Life got to him?
Yeah, I definitely do think it did. I think that the money got to him. Like, and then also, I mean, look at the way that they're. He was better off in Jacksonville because there was structure in Jacksonville. Not to say that the Los Angeles coaching style doesn't have structure, but you're letting him sit there roam on man, and that's disrupting what everyone else on that field has to do.
Right, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, you can't do that. But that's what Jalen wanted also in his career. Aside from the money, that's what he wanted. Well, you're not helping your team to championships right now because you can't listen.
Yeah.
So you wanted a culture where they were going to let you do what you want to do. Now you got it. Don't complain when you don't get a Super Bowl, bro.
Woo. Tell them.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you're right there. I'm sure y'all have in the studio. Be like, hey, I just got a clip that I want to play for you. And if you want, you could go on this man's show and you could even debate him about it.
He might smack me in the face just to get to you. I'm all right, man. I'll let it pass.
Hey, I accept all smoke. But that's all of our picks. We picked all the biggest games for you guys this week. Be on the lookout for when I'm dropping fantasy football. We'll do fantasy football in the AM Sunday morning. I may be actually doing that on another show. I'll let you guys know. Maybe you guys have to tune in and catch me on a different show. Other than that, did you want to go ahead and do a boxing prediction really quick?
Yeah, so the big fight is Saturday. Waiting a long time for this fight. Of course, everyone, I guess you can rewind 6 months ago, was waiting for Wilder versus Joshua, two of the biggest, strongest guys in the division in heavyweights, undefeated. Of course, since Ruiz steps in for a villain, convinced Joshua did not train. But one thing I did notice, and you gotta look at this when you look at boxers like Tyson Fury and guys, despite their shape, how they might look, might not be rocked up. I always try and find out, when did a fighter start boxing? When did these guys pick up the sport? It was a teenager. I want to say 15 for Joshua, maybe even, or if he wasn't 15, it was 13, even later for Wilder. And when you watch these guys fight, they cannot box. They can't box. Wilder won that fight against Ortiz with one punch in the, 7th round. I didn't give him one round prior to that, but he has that power, amazing power. But he just shows that he can't box. Now, Joshua's a little more refined than him, but you can get to that chin, and you saw when he got in trouble, he didn't know how to react, whereas Ruiz did. There was also a stat like 90% of the time, if you get knocked out, the rematch is going to go the way of the guy that knocked you out. Because it's a mental thing. However, I just think this time, I'm convinced Joshua didn't train the first time. I know he's taking it serious this time, and you're better. I just can't see him losing twice, despite to Ruiz. I just can't see him fight. Dude.
To me, because I don't feel like he has that heart like Ruiz does. I mean, Ruiz, he's had so many amateur fights.
Yeah.
To where like it's muscle memory for him to move a certain way, the way that he does. Joshua, he's too much. You got the whole pretty boy thing going for him. Like you're not a boxer, bro. You're not Go after this knockout, go get in movies, go do wrestling.
Yeah.
Because after this, man, no.
See, it's funny you say that because in the first fight, when Ruiz went down, he got up calm, breathing normal. And the first time he touched Joshua, Joshua was breathing out of his mouth, kind of just, and just he didn't know what to do. So you're absolutely right in that. And I believe in true boxers. Trust me. Some of my favorite fighters like Bernard Hopkins, Sweet Pea Whitaker, like just boxers, pure boxers. But like, there's no way he's going to lose twice, right? I mean, but you disagree. But it's going to be an intriguing fight. It'll be a bit early. So if you're not trying to find the results, stay off of Twitter or whatever if you can. Watch it later with your friends. We're having a big fight party, but they kind of screwed us up because it's coming on so damn early. It's coming on. Golly, are they talking like 12:30 Pacific time, man?
Just remind yourself that it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and just roll with it, dude. Being that it's a fight party, you got to wake up extra early and do all the grilling and everything too, because you got to have
people. Some of my friends like hairdressers, some of them doing stuff Saturday. It's too hard, so we're going to delay it and do it at like 6 and just try and do it later. I know I'm going to find out the result prior to that, but we do the round cards. We bet like $10 a round. You pick it randomly to see when it ends, who gets all the money. But they just screwed us all up, man. So we're going to try and salvage it and have a good time. Yeah,
that's all you can do, man. Well, hey, I hope that you enjoy Saturday. Plenty of good food and cold beer for me. I got to decide how I'm going to cover the fight because I'm supposed to be on the field that day, and I'm definitely playing. So yeah, I'll figure that out for you guys. But other than that, we thank you guys for joining us for Week 14 picks. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What to do? I'll catch you guys tonight for Thursday Night Football. We out of here.